If brown sugar is not the same thing as German Brauner Zucker, what is it? Hey everyone, I'm Donna and you're watching Wanted Adventure Living Abroad. In this video, I'm going a little bit more into the topic that Stefan and I very briefly brought up in the video that we put out a few weeks ago. 3 things I learned dating an Ausländer. Up in there, you could see it. In that video, Stefan mentioned the cultural and language mix-up that we had with American brown sugar versus German Brauner Zucker. What is actually the difference? Let's start with the German stuff. This here is what is labeled Brauner Zucker at the store and in the little sugar packets at cafes here in Germany, Brauner Zucker. In the US, I've seen sugar that looks like this at stores and sometimes available in cafes as well, and I've always referred to this kind of sugar as raw sugar. So, granulated white sugar, and in the US, this is called raw sugar. But back in the day when Stefan and I had that misunderstanding, when I wanted to bake something with an American recipe and I asked Stefan to bring home some brown sugar from the store, I was not talking about this kind of sugar. I was talking about this kind of sugar. In the US, brown sugar is granulated white sugar mixed with molasses, and you can have light brown sugar or dark brown sugar depending on how much molasses is mixed in there. Brown sugar like this is slightly moist and kind of sticky because of the molasses that is mixed in there. But so then, if American brown sugar is simply granulated sugar mixed with molasses, then when I couldn't find brown sugar in the store in Germany, why didn't I simply buy molasses and mix my own with granulated sugar? Well, for one, when that misunderstanding first came up, I didn't actually realize that American brown sugar was simply granulated sugar mixed with molasses. I had always just bought brown sugar at the store because the recipe called for brown sugar, but I never actually realized that it was in fact molasses and granulated sugar. But then, once I couldn't find it here in Germany, I did look that up and I learned that that was the case. But then I couldn't find molasses at the store in Germany either. I did find something at the store called Zuckerrüben syrup, which looks quite a lot like molasses. And so I used the German Zuckerrüben syrup with granulated sugar in my recipes for a while instead of brown sugar, but it just didn't quite taste right. The cookies that I baked with the Zuckerrüben syrup, for example, came out tasting good, but it didn't have the exact right flavor that I was used to, which I have since learned is because Zuckerrüben syrup and molasses, even though they kind of look similar, they aren't actually the same thing. So it would make sense that the end product, the cookies or whatever else I was making, wouldn't taste the same either. The Zuckerrüben syrup is lighter in color than the molasses, and it seems to be a little bit runnier, a little bit more liquidy than the molasses. So when I do this, I can see a lot more of the Zuckerrüben syrup coming down, and I'm gonna stop now because I don't want to drip either of these onto the floor. So what am I using now in Germany? Well, eventually I just started ordering my American brown sugar online. Since then though, I have actually started to see molasses popping up and becoming available in some stores in Germany. So my question for you is, have you ever had a food mix-up from one language to another? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. Want to watch another video? Here are 2. And a really big thank you so much to our patrons on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Thank you so much for your support.